the meek men here to earth, but they won't get the ball.
The Air Alpha Force from Nike.
Although the NBA All-Star Weekend is only a week away, tonight's game features a few worthy of All-Star praise. Mike Fratello, coach of the Hawks, will appear in his first All-Star game. Pat Riley, coach of the West All-Star team, 6 of 7 seasons. Then there's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, an All-Star, an NBA record 17 of 19 seasons. Dominique Wilkins, the third leading scorer in the NBA. And then there's Doc Rivers, who will appear in his first All-Star game. Magic Johnson, who's been elected to the All-Star team since entering the league, and of course James Worthy. We'll have those stars and more next. Welcoming into Game 2 of our NBA doubleheader, and we should have a good one in the Forum. The world champion Lakers against a team that would like to meet them in the finals this year, the Atlanta Hawks. And Steve, when we talk about the Atlanta team, folks, number one, think of Dominique Wilkins, and that's not a bad idea, but really, as good a player as he is, it's really at the other end of the floor. I think Atlanta is playing its best basketball.
Well, Atlanta leads the NBA in defense, and they have a swarming type of defense. They like to get after the basketball, and that really is the thing that they feel most comfortable with. And when they can play good defense, they swarm to the basketball. That gives them a chance to run, and they get some easy hoops, and that's a big part of their game.
We talked about Dominique and what a fine player he is. There's no question about it. A guy who normally plays pretty good against Los Angeles, but has struggled throughout this year is the Hawks' other forward, Kevin Willis.
Well, you know, Willis was off to a pretty good start. He got injured, and he's never really been able to recover, but they need Willis to play big. He always seems to play a good game against these Los Angeles Lakers, so that should make it interesting tonight.
The Lakers, as we mentioned earlier, played last night against Sacramento and won the game with great ease, and 32 minutes is about all anybody played on their team. They don't run quite as much as they used to. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, the league ganged up on them. They said, we're going to hold these guys down. The Lakers are really kill teams with 16-0 spurts, and so everybody's made a concerted effort to get back. But the Laker break is still as devastating as any in the NBA. One of the problems they have, of course, is that James Worthy has not been in to finish, and when he's healthy, he finishes as well as anybody in the business.
They just announced today that Worthy, though he does have a bad knee, will show up at the All-Star game and will try to play a week from Sunday. Would you say, Steve, that the Lakers are, again, the team to beat in the National Basketball Association? That's my first unfair question of the night.
They've been the team to beat since day one. Everybody else wants to be the defending champion, and I think so. And when they have Worthy, Scott, Magic Johnson, and Kareem all playing well, everybody still shakes in their boots. Their record is as good as it was a year ago.
Capacity crowd gathering in the Forum in laid-back Southern California. And another laid-back gentleman is in our studios, and that's Craig Sager. We'll be back in a little while.
Thanks a lot, Skip and Steve. Coming up at halftime, we'll have highlights of the first half of our doubleheader. The game in which the Boston Celtics were defeated by the Detroit Pistons, 125-108, before over 61,000 at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. We'll also take a look at Mike Jaminski in his best day as a Philadelphia 76er. And we'll continue our geographical look at America's game with a trip out west. That's all coming up at halftime. But up next, it's the Los Angeles Lakers and the Atlanta Hawks.
Gathering, and the introduction of the starting lineups about to take place here. As I'm sure you know by now, Philadelphia beat Indiana 94-89 tonight, and as Bob and Rick told you, the Pistons over the Celtics big, 125-108 the final score. Chicago hammering the Nets by 30 points in the fourth quarter, and Craig will keep you up to date on that as we go along. There's the Atlanta lineup. Kevin Willis back in it. John Koncak now the starting center. The veteran Tree Rollins comes off the bench at that position. Hawks don't get much scoring out of the center position. Doc Rivers having an all-star year, and Randy Whitman has been struggling for the Atlanta team. And there's Mike Fratello, who will coach the Eastern All-Stars a week from Sunday in Chicago. Brendan Sir, Don Chaney are his assistants. The Lakers with A.C. Green, who very quietly is averaging 10 rebounds. James Worthy with a bad knee, Kareem in the middle, and two of the best, Magic Johnson and Byron Scott. Byron Scott's a terrific player, but he plays with such a great player back there, Magic Johnson. He really doesn't get much notice, but he should. And there's the dapper coach of the Lakers, Pat Riley.
Well, I think Byron Scott is getting more notoriety this year because he's had a bigger role, and he's one of their leading scorers. When we saw him in Detroit, you remember how well he shot the ball there, and if it wasn't for that huge third period, they would not have won in Detroit.
He's a good one, and the lineup's being introduced here. They introduced the entire roster of the Atlanta team. That's one of the things that Pat Riley was rather interesting talking with him before the game. We talked briefly on the air and talked a little longer off. He said it's a little tough to get ready for the teams in the Eastern Conference, like Atlanta, as good a team as they are, because you didn't see them at all last year in the playoffs. So you only saw them twice last year. You only see them twice this year. And the teams, of course, in the Western Conference for him that you play 6 times, you have a lot better idea what's what with those teams. And even though the coaches now review film after film and tape after tape, it's a difficult situation.
Well, we take a look at the standings and we see Atlanta is on top of it in a real tough Central Division, and they have really worked their way through some very good basketball teams. So it's going to be an interesting division. That is the toughest and most competitive in the NBA. Cleveland just a game under 500. That can't be the story in the Pacific Division. The Los Angeles Lakers, they have a big advantage over Portland and Seattle, and the rest of the teams, well, they're trying to find out which teams will be in the lottery. But the Lakers have dominated this division in the conference for a long time.
So we're about ready to go. The Atlanta team has been introduced, and the lineup is as we gave it to you. Now the Lakers will be introduced here. Tommy Nunez on the left, Ed Middleton on the right. They're 2 good officials, fine veteran officials assigned to this game by the NBA. You know, we talked about the All-Star game upcoming. That'll be on CBS on Sunday, but TBS will be very big as far as Saturday's activities are concerned. You and I will have the privilege of doing the Legends Classic, and Bob Neal, Rick Barry will have the slam dunk competition, and we'll have a lot of fun, as we always do on Saturday.
Well, we are legends, and we will talk about the legends, but those are the guys who will actually do the playing on Sunday. The Lakers are well represented, as well as the Atlanta Hawks.
Rick Barry will be in that game. We'll get you in that game next year. I have a few things I'd like to say about you when you can't hear me. I can end your career so fast. Well, we're ready to go, and we sincerely hope that you'll enjoy it. You see that graphic about the Lakers' good home record. They interrupted a string of, I think it was 17 consecutive wins by Seattle in Seattle just about a week or so ago.
That's a kind way of putting it. They won a huge game last week, and of course Seattle is one of the teams that is challenging in the Pacific Division, and they feel like they're close, and that game would have been a lot for them psychologically, as any time Atlanta can beat Boston, it would do the same for them.
So we're ready to go, and we sincerely hope that you'll enjoy the action. 17 out of 19 years that man has been an all-star, and deservedly so. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Lakers are ready. The Hawks now come to the floor. And let's see who jumps it for the Atlanta team. John Concact will play the pivot. Let's see if he jumps center. He will. Against Kareem, and here we go. I think here we go. Yeah. And the Lakers have a chance to score first. Magic Johnson. Doc Rivers plays in. A couple of all-stars head on head there. Kareem goes low and fumbles it away against Concact, so Atlanta will bring it up the floor. Rivers handles it. Randy Whitman, the shooting guard for Atlanta, struggling a bit. Rivers goes to Dominique over James Worthy, and he left it short. Rebound, Kevin Willis. He's off to a good start. Played very well against the Lakers in both games last year. An acrobatic move comes to nothing for Worthy, and Randy Whitman the rebound. Atlanta beat Los Angeles here a year ago in the fourth. Foul against the Lakers.
Well, the crowds are always late arriving, but those that are here, they give them a chorus of boos already. They don't like that first call. I think it was against James Worthy. The scoreboard does not have the correct call. A fumble by Whitman.
Byron Scott with the ball. He's got a 3-on-2. Looks to Magic. Foul Rivers. He screams, I got the ball, but he'll lose that argument. So So Doc picks up the foul. Give it name one. Rivers has shown some character this year. Though his first 2 years, the last 2 years, he's had an awful time in the playoffs for Atlanta. But this year he's playing far and away the best basketball of his career.
Well, I think he's learned something. You know, sometimes adversity is a very good teacher, and in his situation, he's gone through some tough times and he's responded very well, and that selection to the All-Star game is his reward at this point.
2-2 our score, and Atlanta has the ball. Steve Jones, Skip Carey with you from the Forum in Los Angeles. Randy Whitman, the jumper is short. Kareem the rebound, fumbles, gets it back. Magic was playing. And away from the ball,
An offensive guy. Trying to set a screen to free up James Worthy. Move.
so Atlanta has the ball again. We're off to a slow start. It's still 2-2 with 10:40 left in the first quarter. Rivers. Wilkins bangs it up there long. Kareem battles for the rebound. Can't control it. They went off it. And Atlanta has the ball and trigger it in from the end line. 10:29 left, quarter number one. This is the first game of a four-game West Coast swing for Atlanta. They came out here Wednesday to try to get used to the time difference. Willis, the hook, and it's good. Atlanta baskets, and it's a 4-2 game. Irvin Johnson up the floor. Worthy posts up against Wilkins. Fakes, jumps in. Shot it on the way down. Good move. The game is tied. It's 4-4. Rivers penetrates, foul line jump, and he drilled it.
Now that may be one of the reasons that Rivers is playing so well this season, but he just attacked and got himself an easy transition oop.
Magic with a set shot. That won't go. Concac and Willis contest for the rebound. Atlanta has the lead in the ball with 9:45 left in the quarter. Dominique. If he gets it in there, it's history.
You know, that's a lot like a back turning the corner. If he can get around that corner, bad things are going to happen. He hammered that one home.
Atlanta 8-4, and they go to their press. And Magic keeps it beautifully to A.C. Green.
I guess that's the wrong guy to press.
8-6 to score. Whitman jumps in. That's what they want him to do, is look for his shot more, but he's 0 for 2. Byron Scott pulls up in the open floor. Won't go. Still won't go. Wilkins the rebound. Dominique fumbles it away. Byron Scott has a 3-on-1. Takes it himself. Misses and a foul. See if Scott's all right. He hit the buck hard. Contact the foul. We'll see a replay.
Well, Scott had one thing on his mind, and I think he should try to do this a little bit more, and that's get to the basket. That time he got a little bit off balance, and when he came down, didn't really have good control, but he tried to get inside and get a chance for the three-point play, and he picks up the personal on John Concac.
Scott, an 88% foul shooter as he goes to the line. And if he makes them both, he can tie the game with 9:05 left in the first quarter. Scott, his first point of the night. The Lakers 3 of 3 at the foul line. Atlanta yet to shoot a free throw. Tie game, Atlanta with the ball. Whitman works against Scott. Willis posts up. Over Green. Hit as he misses. 2 shots. A.C. Green got it. You know, Steve, Bill Lambier made an interesting point earlier this year. Detroit came to Atlanta and won a game from the Hawks in which Dominique Wilkins banged up a knee. They went back to Detroit the next night. And Detroit won the game, but only by about a point in a very close game without Dominique Wilkins. And Lambier had a great quote. He said, taking nothing away from Dominique, he said, in many respects, when he doesn't play, the Hawks are tougher in a different way because guy after guy after guy posts up against you. Willis, Antoine Carr, Livingston. Not to mention their center. Willis, 1 out of 2. Lakers can take the lead if they score here. Scott misses. A.C. Green.
And I don't know if that's totally uncontested since he worked so hard to get the rebound, but he puts the Lakers on top by 1.
We're going to have an argument tonight, huh? You're in one of those moods. Okay. Dominique on the base. 3-second violation, Atlanta. Somebody thought the shot was going to come up from the baseline. It did not. 8:23 left first quarter. Lakers by 1 and with the ball. Third turnover for Atlanta. Kareem against John Concat. Wheels, skyhook. Yeah. His first points, and the Lakers enjoy a 3-point lead. 8:05 remaining, quarter number 1. Dominique, foul line jump. Shot it on the way down, no good. Rebound, Irvin Johnson. He leads a 3-on-2. Worthy. Boy, he can get to the ball, Magic Johnson. Rivers penetrates at the other end. Good move. Wilkins follows it up. His second hoop. They've both been slammed.
Now Dominique is going to have to play above the basket tonight. His jumper's not going so far, but he's the kind of player that can work his way into a huge ball game.
Kareem against Concat. Skyhook. Not this time. Kevin Willis high in the air for the rebound. Ahead to Wilkins on the open floor against Worthy. Offensive foul, Wilkins. He argues about it. But he is nailed with a foul. His first. He's struggling in the early going. He has a couple of baskets, but it's not happening for him.
Well, remember when they played in Philadelphia, you had the same sort of ragged start and eventually built some momentum and came back with a huge second, third, and fourth quarters. So, you know, he's going to keep shooting, and Atlanta certainly needs that.
Worthy on the wing. Kareem, Los Angeles by 3. Offensive foul is called on Abdul-Jabbar, slapping Concat, I guess.
Well, they never used to call that foul in the old days, and Kareem can say he's from the old school. Hand checking right here, and he knocks his hand away. He used to be allowed to do that. I can't believe it.
Rivers finds a posted Willis against A.C. Green. Dominique wants, and the ball goes back. Confusion reigns supreme for Atlanta there. Magic Johnson with play instructions. And a timeout is called by Los Angeles. 6:51 remaining, first quarter. Lakers lead it by 3.
That have the ability to play above the basket, and one of the guys that keys their attack, Dominique Wilkins, and that's power personified.
Speaking of power, Wes Unseld was a power player, and he's turned into a power coach. He's 9-3 since he took over the Bullets, and he'll go against, he and his Bullets, against the Knicks. Bob Neal, Rick Barry will have it for you. Tuesday night at 8:05 Eastern, 5:05 Pacific.
Well, you know, that's going to be a bad trend. You know, a big, strong guy like Unseld is going to go looking for centers now for coaches.
I think any day now you're going to be in there. Boy, New Jersey's having a tough year. We mentioned the other scores for you, and you saw the Detroit game right here on CBS.
Well, a team that's not getting much notoriety, but Dallas, they've got a 6-game win streak going, and they win tonight at home against Seattle.
The Lakers will have the ball on a 3-point lead. 6:51 left first quarter. And we await for play to resume. Here we go. Johnson brings it up against Rivers. Whitman plays Scott. Willis has A.C. Green. Contact against Jabbar, and Worthy duels Dominique Wilkins.
Well, they want to give Kareem an opportunity to score against Contact. They get the whistle, and he'll get to the line.
Contact picks it up. That's his second. 13 foul. Kareem from the foul line, 74%. What were you saying before the game? He needs new tires on his car? Contact leaves, and the veteran Wayne Shree Rollins from Cordele, Georgia, checks into the game.
You know, if there's a weakness in the Hawk attack, it comes in the middle, and the fact that they don't get very much offense, and that allows teams, particularly the centers and a guy like Kareem, to really have it easy at the other end.
Glenn Rivers up the floor. 5-point Laker lead. Cross court pass. Whitman finds Rivers. Baseline drive. Kareem jumped in there to block that. Rollins with a hook. Good job by Rollins to keep battling, but Kareem showed you it hasn't all left him yet. 3-point game. Lakers on top, as you see. 6:05 left, first quarter.
Worthy doesn't like to work that far from the hoop, so you know he's going to get closer. Show and tell, but he got nothing for it. The Hawks run.
3-on-3. Whitman pulled up. Wilkins posts up. Won't go. Worthy the rebound. He leads Dominique. Magic fills the middle. Back to Worthy. Green. Rollins. Wilkins. Byron Scott with a steal. It's a track meet. Magic fooled Worthy, and the ball goes back to Atlanta.
Well, this is a tempo that the Los Angeles Lakers would like. The Hawks don't want to get up and down. I think they could use some of their athletic ability to do so. Mike Fratello is going to give Dominique Wilkins, who's been struggling here in the first quarter, a chance to think about it and get himself together. Livingston is in.
Well, look at the camera. Livingston takes his place, and Glenn Rivers up the floor. They're trying to find Randy Whitman, and they go on the baseline. Rivers, 18-footer, yes. His second hoop of the night. Lakers by 1 and with the ball. 5 minutes left, first quarter. Worthy against Livingston. Magic. In and out. Rollins, another rebound. He's played well since checking into the game for Atlanta.
Doc Rivers has done something very well, and a lot of teams are afraid to do it, and that's attack the Lakers after a miss, and he's got some dividends for it. The Hawks are back on top by 1.
Worthy from Magic. Well, that particular lead didn't last long. Boy, the pace is a fast one. Rivers can feel it, but he misses. Byron Scott races the other way.
Magic wants this one to see if they'll clear it out, and that means there's going to be a double team, and he's the guy you don't want to double.
On the back, recovered by Willis. Magic screams for a foul, gets nothing. Livingston is knocked away from him out of bounds, and the ball goes back to Los Angeles.
Well, that's a tremendous play by A.C. Green, because there were 3 Lakers back at the other end waiting for a call. He makes a block and a save. They get the ball back.
3:58 left, quarter number 1. Illegal defense called against Atlanta, I think on Kevin Willis. It'll be a warning, and the ball will go on the side to Los Angeles. Spud Webb into the game. Doc Rivers goes out. Michael Thompson and Michael Cooper about to check in for the Lakers.
Now you see Johnson come down the lane, and he just knows he's going to the free throw line, but it was a good tip. Livingston got a piece of it. I always get that call.
Antoine Carr now into the game for Atlanta. Worthy inbound. Michael Thompson with it. And now Byron Scott. Los Angeles by 1. Worthy. Good move. Blocked against the glass. No goaltending. Out of bounds off Michael Thompson.
Well, he beat his man, but Tree Rollins still has the ability to get up with those long arms and knock balls away, and it was a good projection.
And Spud Webb, no longer the smallest man in the league, brings it up. Carr with a hook shot. Nice way to break into the game. Atlanta by 1 with 3:20. Here's Michael Cooper. Kareem against the tree. In and out. Rollins doing a super job. Spud Webb, boy, he's tough when he gets there. Livingston blew it. The tip won't go. Michael Thompson rebound. Atlanta missed an easy chance there. Byron Scott near the foul line. That's his first field goal, and that's not good news for Atlanta. Lakers by 1 with 2:50 first quarter.
Spud made a great drive and a real good dish, and they get away with nothing.
Randy Whitman finds Webb, finds Livingston. They dare him. He cannot make them pay, and Antoine Clark can't save it, and the Lakers have it back. John Battle into the game for Atlanta. Randy Whitman goes out. And a timeout is going to be called by the Atlanta team as well with 2:35 left in the quarter. Lakers on top by 1. Don't forget, All-Star Saturday. 10:05 Eastern Time. Bob Neal, Rick Barry, Steve Jones, yours truly. We'll have it all for you. Michael Cooper up the floor against John Battle, who's checked into the game. He's a 4th-round draft choice. He's done a terrific job for Atlanta.
Fratello wanted a trap. They didn't get it, but they get the Lakers to use a lot of time on the shot clock. They're now down to 8.
Scott against Worthy. Knocked away. Worthy with 1 on the shot clock. Nothing to this game. That's frustrating for Atlanta. Worthy blocked it, but had the foul to do it. Atlanta played great defense and gave up a basket anyway, but they got a chance to get it back at the other end. First foul on Worthy. So that other one was on Magic Johnson. Carr shoots 2. Antoine, a 71% foul shooter.
Well, Carr is a guy that probably scares more people in the league than anyone else because he has such good offensive ability down in the low post. And they keep saying, Mike, just keep him on the bench. We don't have to worry about him. But he's been able to score and shoot a high percentage. And you see how big and strong he is. And we take a good close-up of him from the free throw line.
He drills both free throws. He's got 4. The Celtics wanted him. They signed him to an offer sheet prior to the season. Worthy. Good pass to Mike Smith. And a foul on Spud Webb. Smith, who just checked into the game, gets the hoop, Webb the foul.
Now, there's always a danger whenever you press that someone is going to beat the press from the baseline down low and get a good opportunity. That's what happened for Smith. He just happened to be in the right spot. He gets a 3-point play.
And he has his average. 25-21 Los Angeles, less than 2 minutes remaining in our first quarter. Our game tonight directed by Tom Smith, produced by Kim Dalton. 2 of the best. John Battle against Cooper. Loses him, goes to the hole, made a dandy move, and can return the compliment on the 3-point play.
Probably more than any other guard in the NBA, Cooper relishes a challenge at the offensive end. That time he got beat by a hard driving Battle who got slapped a couple of times on the way to the hoop. See if he can get the 3-point play.
The answer to that query you posed is in the affirmative. 25-24, 90 seconds left, first quarter. Up to short, Antoine Carr whips down the rebound. Spud Webb hit, misses, shoots 2. When he accelerates, he's like a little water bug out there.
Well, if you're the defender, you can't get around quick enough, and Byron Scott knew he was in trouble trying to get a body on him, knock him off balance, and Webb had enough presence to throw that one up, but he gets to the line.
Byron Scott picks up his second foul. Played for Jimmy Valvano down in North Carolina State.
He didn't miss a 1 in warm-up. That's why he walked out there to the half court. I can't miss how I'm missing now.
That one rattled around a little bit, but he got it in there. He's an 80% foul shooter on the year. And we're back where we started, tied at 25, a minute 10 left, first quarter. Steve Jones, Skip Carey with you from the Forum in Los Angeles. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Detroit hammered Boston in game 1. Worthy, Scott, Cooper for 3. Yes, sir. 28-25, 52 seconds left, quarter number 1. Mike Fratello with play instructions across the way. They actually went to spin. And a foul. So Dominique, for the first time tonight, really looks like Dominique.
Well, Dominique may have been a little bit too really pumped up before the start of the game, but he is the best at that move right there. Usually that gets him all the way to the basket. He pulled up, a little pump fake. Now he has a chance for the 3-point play.
And he converts it. So Wilkins, we're talking about how he's struggling. He's got 7. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Byron Scott. Worthy. Michael Thompson goes through. Can't get him the ball. Worthy over Wilkins. So Worthy has 10. Leads all scores.
Doesn't look like that leg is too bad, does it?
Not at all. 30-28 the score. Let's see if Atlanta plays for the final shot. If they do, they'll have to shoot it with around 5 seconds left in the quarter. That's the time remaining in the period. Now 9 on the shot clock.
Well, you know, giving Webb this much ground is really kind of dangerous because that allows him to build some acceleration. He gets a chance to shoot it, but they can't get it up.
You see the time remaining in the period. They'll get a decent shot. Worthy shot it and got it. A line drive three-pointer. That's not the way they drew it up, but they'll take it. And that's the way quarter number 1 comes to a close with the Lakers on top by 5. Honda Leaders, brought to you by Honda, makers of CRX, Civic, Accord, and Prelude. Test drive one at your local Honda dealer today. The assist leaders in the NBA, and a couple of them in this game, the Magic Man and Doc Rivers, a couple of all-stars.
Those two lead their teams, and certainly they're responsible for keeping everybody involved in the basketball game.
While we were doing that, who was introduced here?
Well, it's Chick Hearn, the voice of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Boy, he's been here forever. Out of Peoria, Illinois, and started at Bradley University. That's Chick on the right.
The guy that's doing all the talking.
That's right. He does the Lakers game, and our old baseball buddy, John Sterling, the voice of the Hawks, along with Steve Holman. John Battle front court for Atlanta. They post up Carr against Michael Thompson. He goes to the hole, jumps and pumps.
There's the danger of Carr, and Carr's had a good stint since he's come in the ball game. 6 points to keep some pressure on the interior of the Laker defense.
He and Livingston both used to be Detroit property. Daly wasn't there then, but he has to wince. Again, a bad break for Atlanta. Carr made a good defensive play, but Thompson got the hoop anyway. Webb threw it away. Magic heads up the floor for Los Angeles. The Lakers by 5.
It's a bad matchup for Spud Webb, but they come back outside.
And A.C. Green can get another chance if he wants it. Nice shot.
Can you answer me, why do they always make the top shot? A wide open jump shot. He can't get that, but he can go through a force and spin it in.
Lakers have their biggest lead of the night, 7 points. Spud against Magic. If he makes that shot, it makes it a little difficult because then you have to come out and play him, and if you do that, then he can beat you off the dribble.
Well, that's a shot that everyone gives him, and I know he's been working harder, and I just think you have to take it more often in the game situation. Normally at the pick and roll, they leave it for Smith. He tries to come over the top, but it's knocked away by Carr.
Oh, what a play by Carr. Look at Webb. He threw it away and committed an offensive foul. His second foul. So the Lakers will have it back.
Well, you see Smerrick with both hands, but not enough power to come through Carr. He got that one right as he let it go.
That's got to give you pause if you're that big guy. He just used one hand. I had both mine. Magic Johnson against John Battle up top.
Yeah, but you know, Carr, he's broken down backward, so that's something for his strength. Good pass to Green.
He missed the shot. He'll shoot two.
Well, we look at the first quarter stats and see both teams had problems from the field. They did well from the free throw line. The Hawks got the better of the rebounding, but turned the ball over 3 more times. And, of course, Worthy had a huge first period of 13 and a three-pointer at the end.
A.C. Green to the foul line. You know, if you're not careful, you can get distracted around here, too.
La La Land is something special.
All the #1 draft choices are not on the court. Green will try again. And as he shoots the second free throw, extremely important that we tell you that this program is authorized under rights granted by the NBA solely for the entertainment of the enlisted vote of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
There's Battle. Good first step. Doesn't get the hoop.
Magic checked in the backcourt, but still tries to force the break. Good anticipation by Battle, knocked it away. Kevin Willis returns to the Atlanta scheme of things. Don't forget, at halftime, Craig Sager will keep you up to date on all the other NBA action and sports news of the night. That'll be at halftime of this, our second game.
A puzzled Dominique Wilkins leaves the game. Just getting it going, Coach.
I think it's safe to say that he'll be Magic against the double team. Finds Green. That's blocked away. It's going to track. That's blocked away and a foul and 2 shots. Rollins' second foul. And don't forget, after the game tonight, Steve will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game, won't you?
Coach, yeah, I will. Coaches won everything. Tree Rollins said I didn't foul him first or second time. Pat Rowley said you got to get the first one. Schmerz goes to the line, but the problem is they double Magic Johnson, who is a supreme passer. If we can find enough accolades to tell you how well he passes the basketball, and that always leaves someone open, and he finds him. That puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
So Mike Slark has 5 points. 39-32. Again, the Lakers by 7. And Atlanta calls timeout with 9:17 left in the half. Los Angeles leads it by 7. We'll be back. John Battle will inbound. Here we go. Glenn Rivers back in the game for Atlanta. We'll have the answer to that question later. We want you folks in the East to stay awake, stay with us. Rivers on the drive, partially blocked. Koncak rips it down, and Sparks fouled him, and knew he didn't. His second foul. He played well for Los Angeles tonight.
He's done a good job, and Pat Riley has decided that he's going to be the guy that plays more and more in the center position behind Kareem. They've used Michael Thompson there in the past, but they're trying to give themselves another player. Thompson has been playing in the forward position. Koncak gets the first chance to score tonight.
So he's on the board. John, a 64% foul shooter. That's been a problem for him. He's out of SMU. (39-33). Lakers by 6 and with the ball. Kareem getting a lot of rest here. Magic breaks away from Rivers. That's his first field goal of the night. Rivers almost walked in the lane. Whitman gives it up. On the shot clock for Atlanta. Rivers is aware of that and lets her rip. Nice shot. Rivers with 8, and with that number leads Atlanta.
This is usually a pick and roll, and Thompson usually ends up getting something. Magic Johnson draws a foul that time.
It's on Rivers. His second. It would have been the third on contact, and they called it the other way. So Magic to the foul line. An 84% shooter from there, 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, that's a great run for Magic Johnson, who always shoots around 80%, but he's never gotten a good string going. He's now at 24 straight.
43-35, an 8-point Los Angeles lead. Carr is hit by AC Green, who argues that. Tommy Nunez got him. Second on Green. Nobody in this game has any more than 2 fouls at this point, and we have 8:04 left in the first half. Carr has been a big help for Atlanta off the bench. He seeks his 8th point, and he has it. 43-37 is the score. 7:55 left in the half. Michael Thompson is marked by Antoine.
Well, they ran a good inside screen. Cooper coming back to screen for Thompson, and of course Magic Johnson, the passer, found him inside. Carr was really left in a real vulnerable position. That's going to get Dominique Wilkins back in the ball game. Carr sits.
Wilkins comes in with 7, which for him is not much of a night. Michael Thompson, the first of 2. He has 7. Check it. He has 3.
You happy to take all of those.
Just wanted to see if you were paying attention. 45-37, Lakers by 8 again, and Glenn Rivers up the floor for Atlanta. 7:45 left, as you see. Kevin Willis goes to the hole, bangs it up there, won't go. Another rebound. Magic deflected away by Dominique. Can he save it? No. Good effort. He's sailing over the Laker cheerleaders.
Well, you know, Willie Galt's on the Olympic team. Bobsledding, this guy may go for the long jump, but he made a good reaction to make the save. The Lakers had a chance for an easy hoop.
Magic up top against Doc Rivers. 12 on the shot clock as he operates the right wing. Cooper up top. AC Green, 8 on the shot clock.
Well, they've sent everybody high, and now they come back to Magic on the outside against the shot clock.
And he drills it. Well, they made some tough shots with time running down. Magic has 8. 47-37. 7:05 left till halftime. Biggest lead for the Lakers. This is the guy Atlanta's got to get rolling.
Well, they were looking for Willis, and Dominique decides to go on his own and gets a whistle. America was able to play, and probably the reason he was able to play as long is because the centers here at Atlanta don't do a lot of scoring. Now, you'll see Dominique working on his own, trying to get deep, and suddenly he's right in there, and you'll see Magic Johnson come up, and he beats that little double team. Magic picks up the second personal foul, 13.
Dominique, an 83% foul shooter. Livingston into the game. Koncak departs. So Willis will play the pivot for Atlanta. Both Rollins and Koncak on the Atlanta bench.
Well, with Willis in the middle, you certainly know you're going to get more offense because he's a guy that's looking to score whenever he can get his hands on the ball, so we may see that change for the Hawks.
Kareem Wheels, hit as he misses. Two-shot opportunity.
Well, you know, the league has kind of gotten, really big, and when they talk about guys playing power forward, they like them to have the abilities of Kevin Willis. Willis's best position may be the center position, but they've got a couple of centers. So when they come to offense, and that may be one of the things you'll see the Hawks do as they get closer to the playoffs.
And they have a youngster who's had a very troubled career on their bench, Chris Washburn, who doesn't play much now, but they feel and hope that in the future he will be a factor, either at the power forward or the center position. Kareem, 1 out of 2.
Well, we said he would, so that makes it so. So Washburn is going to be a star at some time.
Well, you get an argument on that from the folks out in Golden State. Wilkins seems to be warming to the task. He has 11 and a travel on the inbound by Magic. So the ball goes right back to Atlanta.
Do you know the last time I traveled? That's what Magic Johnson is saying. 1, 2, 3 before he put it down, but he did travel. I was in high school, maybe grade school.
You don't see that called much anymore, do you?
Not at all. We got a first tonight along with that worthy three-pointer, I think. Big rebound, Kevin Willis.
Oh, yeah, some athlete. Willis has 7, and Atlanta very much in this game, down 5, 48-43.
Lakers won at 20.
And they get it with 6:05 remaining in the first half. Don't forget, our next game on TBS will be Tuesday night. Bob Neal, Rick Barry will have it for you from Madison Square Garden, where Washington and the Knicks will get together. Wes Unseld doing a heck of a job with that Washington team. Patino trying to get the Knickerbockers going. They're playing much better than they were early in the year. Stephen, you have stealing a page from John Madden's book, eh?
I don't know whose page that's from, but, you know, we talk about guys that make the difference between winning and losing, and I think that these are the guys that do it the best in the NBA. Not only do they take charge on the floor, but off the floor as well, and they always find a way to come up with the big plays and keep their teams involved, and that makes the difference between winning and losing for a lot of teams. And, of course, for Boston and Los Angeles, been the difference between championships and runner-up.
Lakers have the ball. They're up by 5. Kareem handles it in the post. Finds Magic. Finds Green.
Green almost makes himself out of
He
easy
sure
too.
did. He was so open he got scared. 5:45 left in the half. 7-point Los Angeles game. For Livingston, good anticipation by Magic. Ahead for Michael Cooper against Dominique.
And you see all those red shirts to the back. You can't get a fast break against that. Turnover, Magic Johnson.
Rivers, good dish. But he surprised Willis and he walked.
Now, that's one thing that has hurt the Hawks and their chances to run. Webb has done it a couple of times. They've gone just a tad too deep. Gotten a little bit too close. They can't handle plays. That's 11 turnovers for Atlanta. We got 5:22 to go before the intermission.
Worthy posts up against Whitman. They got the mismatch they wanted. Worthy back in the game has 15. That three-pointer he made, by the way, was his first since his rookie year. He threw in a prayer at the end of quarter number 1 if you joined us late.
So you're saying every 4 or 5 years they get answered, huh? Not the billboard that we read on the way over said.
Whoa! That is Magic Johnson, folks. Who got the basket? I got to be honest with you. I got so impressed with the pass, I forgot.
A.C. Green, and that gets them here off their feet. You take a look at Magic Johnson's eyes, and he hammers it home.
How can he do that? We'll be back.
Magic Johnson has been in the league 8 years, and if you haven't been around, you'll understand why they call it Magic. If you watch him, you'll always miss where the ball is going, and A.C. Green said, well, James, I'll take this too. Beautiful play, and of course that's what the Lakers do best, and you see the fast breaks, the Lakers dominating in that category.
Don't forget Craig Sager coming up at halftime with all the NBA and sports news of the night. A report on West Coast basketball will be featured as well. Dominique fades, fires. He was shooting, fading away, thus he left it short. He continues to struggle. Lakers have the biggest lead here. It's 54-43.
Trying to free up Kareem, and now against the shot clock, which is under 10, but it doesn't matter.
He has 7, and the Lakers vault to a 13-point margin, their biggest for the game. 4:05 till halftime. Jump hook, Rollins. Line drive won't go. Atlanta not hitting the offensive boards like they do when they're playing well.
That's down there. They make mistakes. Magic fooled everybody in the building saying, see, I looked and you were supposed to cut. You didn't cut. And you look at Magic Johnson, you try to figure out where the pass is going to go.
If you're playing defense against him, just watching his eyes, you can screw yourself right in the ground. 56-43, 3:45 till the break. Wilkins battling with Michael Cooper.
Well, he wanted to use his jump ability. They double and they get a kick ball.
A new 24th. Frustrating night for Wilkins for this team. Livingston will inbound it for Atlanta. 3:37 till halftime. Atlanta trying to bounce back after a very tough loss to Boston at home. Had a 5-point lead with less than 2 minutes and lost by 5. They have lost 2 of their last 3. Both those losses to Boston.
for that reason, a win out here would really pay big dividends for them psychologically. Shot clock at 5.
Worthy. Rollins the rebound. Here comes Rivers. Goes coast to coast. It's blocked. I think A.C. Green got it. Magic in the middle. Worthy. Goaltending on Rollins. Worthy with 17, and the Lakers are clicking on all cylinders. They lead it by 15.
Well, Fratello is asking why, and you can't believe Tree Rollins didn't make a track meet back the other way. As you see Johnson come in and look again the other way, Tree Rollins said no, but the ball was on the way down. And so it's a pretty easy call to make. Rollins said, I blocked it. But it was goaltending.
Atlanta really out of sync here. Their offense is really sputtering at the moment.
Well, they had some sort of game plan, and they seemed very tentative about executing it. They're against the clock, which is at 1, and now they say you got a foul against Cooper.
Wilkins just did get the shot away prior to the 24-second clock. And a little late whistle, but Wilkins will be at the line for 2.
You read lips? You know what he's saying? It was the wrong call. You missed that one. Tommy said, look, you're the same size as I am. Don't get carried away.
Wilkins has his 12th point. He is 4 for 4 at the foul line. And Mike Fratello is flirting with a technical from Tommy Nunez. Dominique 1 out of 2. Magic Johnson up the floor with 2:20 left until halftime. Worthy is at a 17-point first half. Kareem against Tree Rollins.
Left the baseline. Well, the Hawks are all going nuts, and Kevin Willis is the guy that's saying, where were you on the baseline? You'll see right here now, Kareem, again, using that years of experience. Said, well, if you don't want to take the sky hook away from me, give me the layup, and I'll take it. He spins in, picks up the personal. Wilkins out of the ball game.
It's a very, very strange night for the Hawks.
Well, right now, Fratello is doing like a lot of coaches do, trying to find a combination that can be consistent, and they just have not gotten any kind of offensive rhythm. Kareem misses the free throw.
I was just about to say the Hawks can't throw it in the ocean. Look at that. We enter the 2-minute period. They can't get to the end of it soon enough for Atlanta, though. 60-46. Atlanta with the best defense in the league, but they have been riddled in this quarter, in this game. Kareem finds A.C. Green.
Got to call Green for a hook. He had the arm out trying to get around. Didn't really have it out that far, but it's a turnover against the Lakers.
Green's third foul as well, and so Michael Thompson will check back in. And
Carr in the ball game. Tree Rollins goes out, so that means Willis goes to the middle, matched by the Wichita State bookends, and those guys are really leaping, explosive type of players, so they might be able to get a little rhythm going here on the boards, if nothing else.
John Battle joins Rivers on the back line. Mike Fratello trying to find a formula here. Willis against Kareem. Backs him in, shoots the hook.
If it goes into Willis, it rarely comes out, and one of the reasons he says it shouldn't is because I just make the shot.
So it's a 12-point game. Atlanta coming back here a little bit. That's knocked away. Magic turns it over again. John Battle leads the Atlanta break. They can get right back into the ball game. Willis banks it up and in from Battle. And they're back in the game. 60-50.
Well, the Lakers will give you a chance to get back in the game, but you've got to be able to maintain a good offensive run.
Worthy. Magic left-handed hook. Oh, he is simplex. But you know that. It's 62-50. Rivers down the lane. Good effort. Missed the shot. Shoots 2. Who got it?
Going to give that one to Kareem, the hip.
His second. Green has 3. Rollins has 3 for Atlanta. They're the only players with as many as 3 fouls in this game. Rivers makes the first free throw. Tries again. Byron Scott into the game. Only 31 seconds remain in the half. Michael Thompson goes out. Rivers tries again and seeks his 10th point. He would become the third Hawk in double figures.
I think Riley wants to make sure that the front line doesn't pick up any more personal fouls with that substitution.
62-52 is our score. Against the trap, Worthy handles the ball up top. Byron Scott comes in firing. It won't go. Rebound. Doc Rivers. Knocked away by Scott, but he had the foul to do it. That's his third. So he comes in and quickly picks up his third foul, and Atlanta can move to within 8, and there are 15 seconds left in the half. They call the foul on Cooper. I thought it was on Scott. Rivers has 11, and we'll try again. Seconds. Well, you see the time remaining until halftime. Cooper crosses the line. The Lakers play for the final shot, and they're going to have trouble getting it away. 3, 2. Yes. Kareem at the buzzer. The Lakers made a 3-pointer at the buzzer to end the first quarter, a 2-pointer at the buzzer to end the second. Craig Sager has all the other NBA action for you. We're at halftime in the Forum, a capacity crowd on hand. And your halftime score, Los Angeles 64, Atlanta 54. Craig Sager next.
Superstation, a super doubleheader. We're at halftime right now with the Los Angeles Lakers leading the Atlanta Hawks 64-54. Earlier tonight, the Detroit Pistons defeated the Boston Celtics before an NBA record crowd at the Silver Dome.
Stolen by Thomas. It hit Hugh Evans. It stays alive. Boston out of control. Mahorn with the ball. Johnson has Rodman behind the back.
Detroit had a 62-56 lead at the half, but they came on strong in the third quarter. More plays like the one you just saw. Watch this pass by Isaiah Thomas to Dennis Rodman. 8 players for the Detroit Pistons were in double figures as they defeat the Boston Celtics, and they defeat them big, 125-108. Elsewhere around the league, John McLeod from the Dallas Mavericks going for their 7th win in a row. That'd be one short of their record set in 1983. Dale Ellis had a big night, 35 points. That's the most a player has scored against the Mavericks defense all year. That kept Seattle in the ballgame. Derek Harper had a good day, drove in for 2 of his 20. That one went past Xavier McDaniel. Sonics got within 3, but Mark Aguirre with a 3-pointer. And the Mavericks have now won 7 games in a row, one shy of that record. Elsewhere, Philadelphia. Mike Jaminski had his best day as a Philadelphia 76er. He scored 30 points, 32 points, and 10 steals for Michael Jordan as the Chicago Bulls defeated New Jersey. We'll have more scores and highlights in a moment. The Detroit Pistons set an NBA attendance record tonight. So did the Portland Trail Blazers. But the Portland Trail Blazers do every time they play at home. 464 consecutive sellouts. That's 11 straight years. Despite the fact that their 2 centers are on the bench, Steve Johnson and Sam Bowie. Phoenix in transition, Jay Humphries misses, but Larry Nance comes in with a nice tip-in, an 11-2 lead for the Phoenix Suns. But then Terry Porter, 2 defenders, hits Jerome Kersey. He hits the jump shot. He's turning into one of the most versatile and best players in the league. And the lead was down to just 1. Armin Gilliam back in uniform for the Phoenix Suns. The rookie from UNLV hits the jumper, and Phoenix leads Portland, but the lead is just 3. That is late in the second quarter. Utah and Golden State, and look who's back. Chris Mullin activated today by Golden State. He had been in rehabilitation for an alcohol problem. John Stockton with a driving layup, and Karl Malone with a nice reverse around Jerome Whitehead. And Utah is leading Golden State 30-28. That is early in the second quarter. Milwaukee and the LA Clippers. Milwaukee winning on the road by 5. That is at the half. part of the country produces the best basketball players. The Midwest and the South have had their say. Now it's time to move out west as we continue our geographical look at America's game.
America's final frontier, the Wild West. Noted for its natural resources, rugged individualists, wide open spaces, and breeding players who share a common perception of Western basketball.
Which is nice and relaxed.
It's maybe not as much banging.
You're going to run, run, run.
A lot of running. Up and down the court all day long.
Fast break basketball, fast break atmosphere. It was run them up and shoot it and get the ball back and come down and shoot again. I think in California especially, it was run and shoot. That's what everybody likes to do outside is run and shoot the basketball. There's so much competition for other things, surfing, swimming, the beach, girls in California that, you know, natural talent takes over. If you're not a natural talented basketball player, you're really going to go into something else. I feel that the Eastern style of basketball is much more physical than the West. West is going to try to beat you, like I say, with finesse and speed and pressure.
I think the style of playing the West was running gun. Everybody pretty much was a Laker fan. Laker had a fast break team at the time. It was definitely the style in the West as I was growing up was just a running gun. Up and down the court all day long. Nobody played in the defense, see who can score the most points.
We ran to the park and we ran on the court, we ran back home. And that was just the style that I was used to.
Pickup games, you never see one setting the ball up. It's like a run and shoot type of game. You know, first person touches the ball, shoots it.
I watched the run and gun. I watched big men run up and down the floor. I watched them face up the basket and put it in the hoop, whereas if I would have grown up back east, I may have been a low post player, one who does more powerful things, because that was what got the recognition and got people looking at you, whereas in the West, I wanted to run and dunk.
Tuesday night, we will show you the game between the Washington Bullets and the New York Knicks. And at halftime, we'll look at basketball in the East. So far tonight, we've seen basketball in the West and basketball in the South, and judging from our game right now, the West is leading. The LA Lakers 64, the Atlanta Hawks 54. Back to Skip Carey and Steve Jones.
Okay, Craig, thank you very much. As he mentioned, a 10-point game. Oh, you don't have your coat on. That means no, and I don't have my patch on. We're dead meat, Dave. What's Atlanta have to do to get back into this game?
Well, I think they have to play better defense. You know, I think that's really a key for them. They have not played the kind of defense to stop the basketball. The Lakers have been able to run their break, and that's made all the difference in the world. You know, Craig Sager was talking about that West versus South, but we got players from all over the country. And one thing everybody thinks they do out here in the West is just run and dunk, but the Lakers have played some defense tonight.
Meanwhile, we were not trying to point the finger at Dominique Wilkins, but he has struggled, and he's been on that shuttle tonight. He's been in and out of the game 4 or 5 times, and that makes it tough to get going.
Yeah, and he wants off that shuttle. He's a player that's kind of a momentum player. He needs a chance to shoot a few bad shots and get a feel for the game, and he really hasn't had that. And, of course, you can't fault the coach because he's saying, we're playing the Lakers. We can't take too many chances, and if you miss, they get a chance to run it down your throat, and Worthy's been on the other end of a lot of those.
Meanwhile, at least once a game, every time I see the guy, Magic Johnson does something that makes you blink and you say, hey, I just can't possibly believe this.
You know, Magic is a special player who has the ability to make everyone else play a better basketball game, and they all find a way to get open. And if you get open, good things will happen. Just ask A.C. Green.
Meanwhile, we mentioned earlier Kevin Willis struggled throughout much of the year, but tonight he's played quite well for the Atlanta team.
Well, the one thing that Kevin Willis will do is, you know, chase the basketball. And this time he goes over the top, and, you know, he likes to stay in around the basket. He's been really effective, and maybe that's because he feels good about playing against the Los Angeles Lakers.
As the third quarter is about to get underway, a look at the first half statistics. Wilkins 4 of 10 from the field. That's
Well, we circle of percentages, and at the first quarter, they were even, 46 to 44. The Hawks improved slightly, and it was a great improvement for the Lakers. Rebounding edge is in favor of the Hawks, but the turnovers have hurt them, and both teams have made some turnovers. Good balanced scoring for the Los Angeles Lakers with Worthy on top after a great first period. Willis leads the Atlanta attack with Wilkins and Rivers behind.
So we're ready for the third quarter to get underway. We remind you one more time, the Lakers did play last night in Sacramento. They won the game easily, but they are somewhat of a veteran team, and we'll see if that has anything to do with the second half of this game. If you heard Pat Riley earlier, he said we're not going to use that as an excuse, and if the players do, I'm not going to buy it.
Well, you know, the record in back-to-back situations is not as sterling as a record overall of 32-8. They're 5-4 in back-to-back situations, but they're playing at home tonight, and they're one of the dominant teams in the NBA.
What did you say?
You have to pay attention.
I was. We go to the third quarter. 64-54 the score. Lakers have the lead. Atlanta has the ball. Steve Jones, skip carry with you. From the forearm, as Doc Rivers gets Atlanta off to a good start. Foul on Kareem as Rivers makes the hoop.
Well, Doc Rivers has been fired up the entire night, and he's been attacking the Los Angeles interior, and this time he gets a chance to come around that corner. Kareem, you don't block him the way you used to, and all he got was elbows on the way in, and he has a chance to go to the line.
And immediately he can bring Atlanta back to within 7 points if he converts the free throw. He now leads the Atlanta team with 15 points. James Worthy with 17, the leading scorer in the game, and Byron Scott up the floor for Los Angeles. Well, you said the defense has to improve, Steve, and it certainly didn't there. An easy layup for Magic Johnson. Randy Whitman comes off a pick, and that's what they want from him. His first points of the night. 66-59 the score. Byron Scott and a whistle.
An offensive foul. I think that's going to be against Kareem.
That's 4 on him. 2 of them very quickly here in the first 50 seconds of the third quarter. So Michael Thompson is about to check into the game. That could be a big item in this comeback. Rivers on the left wing. They go again to Whitman. Shoots on the run. In and out. Tough break for him. Good job by Concat. He has it blocked away. Recovered by Green. Ahead to Scott.
They don't stop the basketball, and that's what you have to do, particularly when it's in the hands of Magic Johnson. He's got 4 in the period.
And 14 in the game, and it's a 9-point lead. Whitman.
That's the way Whitman has to be. He has to be a little less programmed and a little bit more unconscious and come out of there firing, and he's got 2 out of 3 in his attempt.
Worthy works against Wilkins. Shoots over him and misses. Atlanta can move to within 5. Rivers up the floor. Whitman screams for the ball. Rivers lost it trying to get it to it. Worthy, Magic, Kareem. Scott.
Well, they wanted a layup. Kareem made the good pass, and that's normally a layup for Scott. He hasn't gotten the stroke going yet.
So Rivers up the floor again. Atlanta can move to within 5. Rivers on the drive. That won't go, and Contact pushed off to get the rebound.
Kareem gave Rivers a free pass in there, and he just couldn't finish the play. He's coming out of the ball game, and Michael Thompson replaces him.
And they need a big performance from him. Kareem will probably not rejoin the proceedings till the 4th quarter. Atlanta's still very much in this game. Worthy against Wilkins.
Well, they clear a side for him, and they get an illegal defense. You'll see the guys will stand around and say, well, who was it? And it's going to be...
They call it on Rivers.
That's the second illegal defense. Well, you know, it's easy to call it when players can say, watch, illegal defense. Are you see the guy that guard me? That's easy to call.
Well, we know what James will do when his career is over. He'll whistle. Scott misses the...
Well, it's justice. It was a small illegal defense, so they don't get the technical.
Magic is double team. Dribbles out of danger.
Why do they do that? I don't understand why they do that. That always gets somebody free. This is a tough shot for Green.
Here comes Dominique. Good pass. Willis, the easy layup. And Atlanta looks much better here, and they've moved to within 5 points with 9:20 left in the third quarter. Worthy with the left hand. Nope. Contact doing a good job on the glass. Atlanta can move to within 3. They were down by as many as 16 in the second quarter. Wilkins, they got to get him going, and they do. He has 14, and the Lakers want a timeout, and they've let Atlanta, or Atlanta has, scratched right back into the game. 68-65, 9:03 left, third quarter.
It takes courage to run against the Los Angeles Lakers, and Dominique Wilkins, who was a player of the week, and when he was playing that well, he gave the ball up, and this time he finds Kevin Willis inside for 2.
And Atlanta is right back in business. They have, well, you see the graphic there, 21-8 the Hawks have outscored the Lakers. That counts the last couple of minutes of the second quarter. There's the Hawks trainer, a dear friend of mine, Joe O'Toole. He's a terrific guy.
Well, that's why Pat Riley called that timeout. Going into the intermission, the Hawks had a little momentum, and they've come out with more fire. He wants to make sure his team gets refired. Pressure by Atlanta.
Whitman plays Scott. Worthy contact jumps in to help. 5 on the shot clock. Worthy didn't get a very good shot. Atlanta can move now to within a point. Whitman hangs in the air, and he's found the ring. He has 6 points all in the quarter. He's 3 for 4 in the period. Lakers by 1. They did lead by 16.
Well, you know, the Lakers are a team that will give back their lead, and whenever they do, they usually get the ball in the hands of Magic Johnson to try to make something happen, and they get it back.
Steve Jones, Skip Carey with you from the Forum in Los Angeles. 8:17 left, third quarter. Lakers by 1 over the Atlanta Hawks. And James Worthy will inbound for Los Angeles. First game of our doubleheader. Detroit handled Boston with a Worthy off balance. Missed it. Atlanta can take the lead. What a turnaround here. Rivers to the hole. Hit as he misses. Shoots 2. Who got him? Perhaps A.C. Green. And the Lakers look tired. I don't know if last night's game has anything to do with it, but it's a good play by Atlanta.
Well, the little man looks calm right now, but you know he was a holy terror in the locker room at the halftime, and the Hawks have come out with fire in their eyes, led by Doc Rivers, and he's really done a good job of attacking at the basket. Picks up the personal foul number 3 against Magic Johnson.
It's a tie game. Rivers' first miss of the night. We're tied at 68 with 7:55 left in the third.
Now, the difference in the period so far is the Lakers, haven't got any easy shots, and they've been working against the shot clock. Thompson scored.
The 2 quick fouls by Kareem that item here. Wilkins, it won't count if he makes it. Offensive foul. Boy, they've called a lot of offensive fouls tonight.
Well, players have not gotten themselves set on the screening situation. That was against contact. He's got 4 personal fouls. 3 Rollins will come back in the game.
Rollins has 3. And here come the Lakers. They lead it by 2 with 7:35. 9 offensive fouls in this one. For Cooper. And a loose ball foul is called against Magic Johnson.
Well, that's a huge call right there, because that is a 4th personal foul against Magic Johnson. It looked like he made a tremendous hustle play, and that's going to get Byron Scott back in the ball game.
And the Lakers are in a world of trouble here, despite the fact they lead by 2. Kareem has 4 fouls. So does Magic. Rivers is a man possessed here, and they can't stop him at all.
Well, Magic has got 4 personal fouls. He's going to give him a chance to get to the basket. Magic talking to Tommy Nunez all the way up the floor.
Got to forget about that now if you're Magic. And do stuff like that. He has 16. Lakers by 2 again, but the foul trouble that they're in could be a big item. And Atlanta, a much different-looking team than they were in the second quarter when they were just totally out of sync.
Well, there's no question about that. The thing is, Magic Johnson has to come back and guard Doc Rivers, and Rivers should go right back at the basket.
Wilkins against Worthy. Won't go for him, but there's Willis. He has 17. It's high for the year, 27. Green fakes. If it's Ron Rollins, it's his 4th foul. Let's see what the call is. It is, and it is.
The salty Magic Johnson goes out of the ball game, and there's an even saltier Tree Rollins. You know, when you go for the mouthpiece, you know you got a lot to say. He went for it quick. I can't believe it.
So Antoine Carr will check in. Rollins wishes Ed Middleton a pleasant good night.
I just got in the game. Don't you understand? I need PT. I think the Lakers would rather see Rollins in the game than Antoine Carr, along with Livingston and Wilkins. That gives them really a very explosive front line.
Green is a 76% foul shooter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Oddly enough. He has his 11th point, and the Lakers lead by 1 with 6:30 left, 3rd quarter. Rivers, Wilkins.
This is the first pressure shown by the Lakers. See how the Hawks handle it.
Whitman, good fake, gets the jump up, left it short. 2 Hawks there for the rebound, and Wilkins, and a foul. And that's how Atlanta can beat you to death, is off that offensive board. They didn't do much of it in the first half, but brother, they're doing it now.
Whitman with a good opportunity from the baseline, and you'll see they miss it the first time, and then the Lakers, they mistimed their jump. Thompson reaches in, and Wilkins powers his way up. That's the first personal against Michael Thompson.
Hawks by 1. Hawks by 2. Wilkins has 17. 5 in the quarter. The Lakers 18-2 at home. The Hawks 12-10 on the road. Hawks beat them here last year, and they lead them now. Green walks. The basket won't count. Atlanta has it back. Los Angeles can't do anything right in this 3rd quarter.
Well, what the Lakers want to try to do is stiffen up defensively and really force the Hawks to shoot the ball from the perimeter. They've been able to get deep. They have in the hands of Carr.
Illegal defense against Los Angeles. The Lakers have only 9 points in this 3rd quarter, and we have played over 6 minutes.
While Thompson was back in the lane guarding nothing but the paint, they'll get a new 24.
A concerned Pat Riley looks on. Rivers has been the catalyst for Atlanta, and he controls the ball now. Here comes Dominique. He wheels. Doesn't deal. Willis. Over there. Cooking now. Willis with 19. Hawks by 4. Lakers with the ball. 5:20 left, 3rd quarter. Scott jumps, fades, misses, shoots 2. Randy Whitman got it.
Well, with this lineup out on the floor of Cooper and Scott in the backcourt, the Lakers become a little bit more predictable of what they're going to do at the offensive end, and the Hawks are trying to force them in a certain way. Scott made a quick adjustment against Whitman and gets to the line.
Wouldn't you make him make a jump shot before you fouled him?
Well, in his case, that's basically his game. If you're going to do anything with Scott, you want to make him become a penetrator because he will get going offensively, and if he makes a couple, that usually leads to a run. You know, he's kind of a streak shooter. He's quiet tonight.
Only 1 field goal. He seeks his 6th point. Kevin Willis, 9 of 10 from the field. (77-75) Atlanta. 5:10 left, 3rd quarter. Good one brewing in the Forum.
where you want the ball over the top and Green rebound.
Rivers gambled on a steal, didn't get it, but no harm done for Atlanta. Kareem and Magic on the bench in foul trouble. Atlanta's two centers, Koncak and Rollins, on the bench with foul trouble. Worthy with a little extra step. Missed it. Green keeps battling. Are they going to call a 3-second? They are.
Green said, I worked too hard for you to call a 3-second violation, but they turn it over. But the Atlanta Hawks, who have the league's best defense, have gotten more aggressive, and they forced the Lakers to shoot the ball from the perimeter, and they stopped the running game.
This is the first game of a 4-game Western swing for Atlanta. They go to Salt Lake, Portland, and Seattle after this one.
The Lakers are scrambling as they try to pressure the Hawks, and they've got the Hawks against the shot clock at 7.
Antoine Carr on the baseline. Boy, their big men are doing a job now. Carr with 10 off the Atlanta bench.
Now, Worthy is a guy that's got to get going here. He had a great first half as Cooper goes for long range.
Cooper has 6, 2 3-point baskets.
Lakers again showing trap.
Wilkins hangs in the air. It just won't go for it. Cooper, it's 3-on-2. Cooper against Whitman. Good pass. Worthy has 19. His first points of the quarter. Rivers the other way. Quickly it comes to Antoine Carr. That won't go. The Lakers run again. They lead by a point. 3.5. Byron Scott. There's his second basket of the night. And Atlanta will call a timeout as all of a sudden the momentum swings back. The normally laid-back crowd in Los Angeles is roaring now. We got a good one going. Lakers by 3. We'll be back.
A pressure game, and they've used everybody to get back and get the rebound. Cooper, he's no Magic Johnson, but he'll force the pace, and he's going to get the Lakers an opportunity to run when he finds an open James Worthy, who hammers it home over the top. The Lakers are devastating, and in the last minute and 10, they've outscored the Atlanta Hawks 7-0, and they've done it with pressure. And Mike Fratello probably told his team, don't take that jump shot, because if we miss, we're dead.
So Atlanta inbounds, and they're down by 3, and we've got a lot more action remaining in this one. Doc Rivers against Byron Scott. He penetrates. Boy, he is having a night. He's having a year. He's got 20. Rivers leads Atlanta.
Yeah, that's so much for a jumper. Just pounded that slam in.
Lakers by 1. Green fakes. Missed it. Willis the rebound. Here come the Hawks. They can take the lead.
Now they want to get the ball to Willis against Thompson. Willis with great position. You know he'll shoot it right in here.
With indifferent results as they battle for a rebound. Who's the foul going to be on? It's going to be on Atlanta and Antoine Carr.
Carr over the top.
His second, 14 foul. We got a whale of a basketball game going here, but if you're a sports fan, you'll want to know that in baseball, the Dodgers have signed former Tiger outfielder Kirk Gibson to a contract. That's just half Rivers with the steal. Again, Atlanta can take the lead. Randy Whitman. Kevin Willard. Great block, Michael Thompson, but Atlanta maintains control. Wilkins off balance. Threw up a prayer, got no action. It belongs to Los Angeles.
Well, Wilkins has not really been in the offensive flow, and that time, after making a recovery, I don't think he realized he had a little bit better shot he could have taken, and that gives the Lakers the ball.
And they have a 1-point lead, and we sail into the 2-minute period. Cooper for 3, not this time. Again, Atlanta with a chance to take the lead. Rivers, good pass. He'll take it there as Willis jams it home, and he's got 21. Now he leads Atlanta's score.
Well, again, you see, whenever you miss that perimeter shot, that's going to allow the other team to rebound and run it down their throat, and Willis got the good result.
Worthy, great fake. No whistle, now a late whistle, and he's on the deck, and he'll shoot 2, and Carr got it. All-Star Saturday, the Schick Legends Classic. Steve and I will have that one. The American Airlines Sheridan Long Distance Shootout. Then the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. Bob Neal, Rick Berry will join us, and we'll have it all for you on All-Star Saturday.
Worthy got that first free throw, and it has been a quiet second half for Worthy so far. He's got
4 in the quarter, 21 in the game. Lakers by 1, a minute 18 remaining in the third. Lakers once led by 16 at 60-44. Illegal defense against the Lakers again.
Well, the ball goes down. Thompson sucked back into the paint, and he got caught, and that's going to be free throw time for the Atlanta Hawks.
And Dominique Wilkins seeks his 18th point of the night, and has it. We're tied at 84. Lakers led 64-54 at halftime. Wilkins inbounds to Rivers. A minute 10 left. Game has been tied 9 times. Number 9 is right now at 84.
They double up on Dominique, and that leaves Whitman open.
He took a good shot, but he missed it. Byron Scott got an elbow in the choppers, but brings it up the floor nonetheless and shoots his jumper long. Michael Thompson can't control it. Rivers was on his back and knew he did it.
Well, that's Byron Scott's version of a layup, and it was true, but it just didn't stay. Popped out, and Doc Rivers, trying to get that rebound through Michael Thompson, commits the personal foul. 3 on Rivers.
Thompson. That is the 7th miss of foul line tonight for Los Angeles. And that's the 8th. Thompson 2 out of 4 at the line. So again, Atlanta with a chance to take the lead. You see the time remaining in the third period. Steve Jones, Skip Terry with you from the forum. Antoine Carr jumps in. Oh, what a move he made. Carr with 12, Hawks by 2, 28 seconds left, third quarter. Worthy against Wilkins. That's been a good duel. He lost him, but he missed the shot. Carr with the rebound, and Nevada can take a 4-point lead if they convert here. They have all the time remaining to get a shot up there. And Rivers goes to the hole again. Oh, what a game he's had. 2 seconds left. Rivers with 22. Worthy from about 60 feet, and he didn't miss by much. And the third quarter is over. A very impressive quarter for Atlanta. Magic and Kareem, 4 fouls each. They'll be back, and we've got a great fourth quarter coming up. Quarters, anything like it. 30-20. The Lakers were outscored by Atlanta in that third period, and the Hawks lead at 88-84.
Now that tells you that the revolution is over. We don't know who won, but Riley certainly has changed over the years.
Let me correct myself. The Hawks outscored Los Angeles 34-20 in that third quarter.
Well, the Lakers played last night, and they had a huge lead against Sacramento. They were up by 23 at one point and gave all of it, almost all of it, back to 6 points. They've given all of their 10-point advantage back, but they are a team that knows how to play from the rear. Scott and Cooper will start in the backcourt.
Against pressure, they get a front court to AC Green. Atlanta continues the pressure defense. 12 on the shot clock. The Lakers get it going here.
I think what the Lakers have to try to do is they try to squeeze it inside to Thompson. They also want the goaltend, but they got to try to move the ball and the personnel a little bit quicker against the defensive pressure of Atlanta and get some cheap hoops.
A quick foul against Atlanta, and Kevin Willis. That bonus situation could be a big item before this post-game is history. A night of champions. A recap of All-Stars Saturday at 10:05 Eastern Time. Thompson now with 8 points. Atlanta with a 2-point lead and the ball. Pat Riley goes without Kareem and without Magic yet. They have 4 fouls. Atlanta goes without John Koncak or Tree Rollins, yet they have 4 fouls.
Well, you know which team is hurting the most. Contact and Rollins don't score. They come out with the version of pressure. Whitman passes up an outside jumper, and they get a 3-second violation because of it.
And you can see Mike Fratello saying to Randy, shoot it. They want him not to hesitate and go ahead with that jumper. Cooper up the left wing. Los Angeles can tie the game with a hoop here. Scott has been pulled, but not there. Tie game. Mike Fratello with play instructions. Glenn Rivers crosses the line.
Near steal by Worthy. And Wilkins is going to get a free side.
Offensive foul on Wilkins. Boy, Worthy has done a heck of a job on him. Put Livingston into the game, and Willis will go out.
You never understand substitution. Carr was going good. Willis was going good. Of course, Willis has had a long run, and he might need a breather. Contact comes back in, and Livingston comes in, and Livingston hasn't really been able to get involved in the game.
Where they post up, they find Scott. Well, not after he makes one. 90-88 Lakers. I told you we were going to argue tonight. Or maybe I was right. Rivers on the left wing. Dominique got it. It hung and finally dropped for him. Wilkins has 20. Cooper up the floor for Los Angeles. It's 90-90. 10-10 left. Regulation. Thompson got it. Cooper got him the ball. Thompson with 10 off the Laker bench.
Well, usually in this situation, when he's gone to the scorer table, John Battle comes in because they like his offensive aggressiveness. Doc Rivers has been aggressive at the rim all night long and picks up another personal foul.
Whitman out as Battle checks in. Boy, Rivers has been sensational. Third foul on Byron Scott. And a two-shot opportunity for Rivers, a 78% foul shooter on the year. He seeks his 23rd point. 9:55 left. Lakers by 1 and with the ball. Cooper against Rivers.
This is what got the Lakers in trouble earlier, working against the shot clock, but they get a good bounce pass inside to Michael Thompson. So Thompson's having a big fourth period. He's got 6.
He shot it with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Lakers by 3. And they've regained the lead without Magic, without Kareem.
Worthy gives Wilkins all kinds of room.
Rivers missed it, drew the foul, shoots 2.
And Byron Scott both say Doc Rivers tripped over some paint on the floor. As we look at Kareem, who has been watching for a long time with Mike's American Magic Johnson. Magic got hit last night in the ball game, and that's the reason for the pad on the net.
Rivers puts this one down. He's got 24. His high for the year 29. He's got a run at that tonight. He has really played himself a game. He's on the All-Star team. Well, he's answered that question for you tonight. He has 8 assists in the game as well. Michael Cooper to the front court against Rivers. Here comes Kareem about to check into the game, and an illegal, I guess, against Atlanta. Nope, foul.
A serious foul. You saw that elbow come up from Tommy Nunez, so he's saying you got a pretty good shot on the way in. A.C. Green, who worked real hard just to keep the Lakers alive on the offensive board, didn't get many points for it, comes out of the ball game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar back in. He's been able to score tonight when he's been able to get the basketball against contact, so undoubtedly after a few trips, they're going to look for him.
8:58 left in the game, or at least in regulation. And Worthy, boy, he's got a night. He's got 23. Lakers by 3 with 8:50. Battle. No. Jump off. To update the baseball, Kirk Gibson, a 3-year contract with the Dodgers for $4.5 million.
That's serious money.
That's almost as much as we pay you. Contact comes away with the ball.
Something wrong with Rivers' shoes. He got up twice. He slipped down, so there was some sort of perspiration on him. His battle works on the other side.
Battle threw up desperation shot. The pitch is missed. Contact comes over Livingston, and the ball goes to Los Angeles. And Rivers now wants time called to get the moisture off the deck where he slipped and fell, and all the players and referees are glad to do that because that's dangerous for everybody out there.
Well, we saw it when Rivers was just trying to get back up. It looked like he was having a real tough time just holding his feet like he was on ice skates.
Looked like he'd spent 4 hours at Chippendale.
Well, Wes Unsell's going to give my vote for Coach of the Year if he keeps going this way. They got a big ball game coming up.
He's 9-3 since he took over the reins of the Bullets, and they'll play the Knicks on Tuesday night. And we'll have it for you at 8:05 with Bob Neal, the old Sycamore, and Rick Barrett. You see the score, and the Lakers have the ball. They led by 16.
Well, they're looking for Kareem, and Contact's got him freed up. They say he's going to hook him. Kareem gave him a couple of chops on the way. And you can see Fratello, don't tell me that. Just don't tell me that that's a foul against my guy.
But that's what they told him. Magic returns to the game. And nobody goes out. Well, now, where do you go? Tree Rollins checks in. He has 4 fouls. Contact now has 5. Too much contact for Contact. So he goes to the bench. 8 minutes remaining in our game. Kareem works against Tree Rollins. No. Battle the rebound. Spud Webb gives Doc Rivers a blow. Mike Fratello with play instructions. Both coaches on their feet here. Cooper checks Battle. Rollins against Kareem. Shoots his hook. Line drive, and he bangs it home.
Well, that's a shot I've always thought Tree Rollins should try to take more often, and he shows he's got a pretty good touch, and he scores just for the second time tonight.
And they've both been on that little jump hook of his. Atlanta down by 1. Magic in trouble. Cooper in 3-point country. Now in 2-point country. No. Atlanta can reclaim the lead. Here comes Spud Webb in the open floor where he can do so much damage. Finds Battle. Livingston, Webb, they dare him, but he doesn't take the dare.
Well, that's a little jumper, and he has to take it when the defense is going to give it to him. They work for Battle. Now they're against the shot clock.
Livingston nowhere near. Kareem the rebound. Atlanta didn't get the shot they wanted that time. They're down by 1. Iron Scott. Magic posted up. Cooper.
Kareem is wide open. They double up on Magic. Finds Thompson instead.
Thompson can't buy it. Again, Atlanta can take the lead. Here comes Webb down the middle. Battle. Left it short, but Webb's going to get it back. 6:23 remaining. Kevin Willis now with 10 rebounds to go with his 21 points.
They want to force Spud Webb into the defensive pressure. Shot clock at 3.
At 2, Battle. Kareem blocked it. Don't blame Battle. Whoa, it's stolen by Rollins. He gets the hoop. Big play by the veteran. Rollins with 6. Atlanta by 1 with 5:50 in regulation. Dominique Wilkins about to return for Atlanta. James Worthy. The skyhook won't go for Kareem. Here comes Webb. He leads an Atlanta break. Deflected away. Stolen by Scott. He's got a 3-on-1. Kareem. Byron Scott made that big play. Lakers by 1. 5:25. What a ball game. Is this a preview of the finals? We won't know until.
Well, I'll tell you what, a couple of shots, and Steve Adams is begging for the ball. Kareem gives him a couple of good shots, trying to keep him away from it. Scott almost makes another steal.
A timeout is called here by Los Angeles. Timeout on the floor with 5:10 left in our game. The Lakers enjoy a 1-point lead. Don't go away. We got a good one brewing in the Forum.
The opponent from getting a cheap basket really is pointed out by the defense of Byron Scott. Good anticipation. Tiptoes, you think he was going for a touchdown. Down the sidelines, and, well, Kareem, you worked so hard to get down here, we may as well let you power it in.
98-97 the score. Los Angeles has the lead. Atlanta has the ball. And we get down to Casey.
Both teams have done a good job of running. The Lakers have just scored more points. Wellis for 3. That's almost out of here.
There were only 5 seconds on the shot clock when Atlanta inbounded. That's why he threw up that desperation shot. It's not exactly what Mike Fratello had in mind.
Look at Fratello.
He's in shock across the way. Less than 5 minutes left. What a pass.
Kareem over the side. That's the kind of play that will get you look. He's looking out the whole time and saying, what are you doing?
Mike is suggesting that perhaps, I speak a little Italian, and what Mike's saying is perhaps you should have passed the ball to someone closer to the basket.
I like the move when he goes to his head. Now watch, they inbound the ball right here. And Kevin Willis said, didn't somebody say shoot?
Force.
They did. They see shoot.
That was Pat Riley that said.
Now watch Fratello. He just can't believe what just happened. Oh.
He's almost in a coma after that particular play. Lakers by 3 with 4:49 left, but what you got to do now is forget about that.
Notice how calm he was when he asked him, what are you doing? And when he gave him an answer, that's when he went a little banana. Rivers is back in the game.
That's not a bad idea. Cooper has got the job of playing Wilkins. And Rivers, boy, is 27. 2 away from the season's high. Magic Johnson up the floor. The big basket. Atlanta needed it. They trailed by 1. Worthy against Willis now.
That's the 3.
Oh, and he drilled it. Scott has 15. That's 4 3-point baskets for the Lakers tonight. I don't believe Atlanta has any. Whitman, Rivers down the middle. No. Lakers have the ball. They lead it by 4. Less than 4 minutes. Scott blocked away by Wilkins. Did they call a foul? Let's see.
They call a foul. Doc Rivers is going a little bananas out there on the floor himself because he thought he had a chance to get fouled. Now you see, that's the guy you want shooting from the outside when he gets that much time. Byron Scott, he unloads. Then he goes down. And it's been wet all night long, and we saw that happen to Doc Rivers, and Scott comes up a little shaky. Not shaky enough not to shoot, though.
He's a great free throw shooter, ordinarily, 88%. He's missed 1 tonight, but not this time. That's his 16th point. He has half of them in this final quarter.
Well, he's had a big 4th period of play. At one time, he only had 5 points. He's gotten to work here in the second half of play.
Atlanta needs one here, and they need it badly.
Looking for Wicked.
Nowhere near. Magic in the open floor. Worthy in the lane. Finger roll. Yes. 25 for Worthy. And Atlanta calls timeout. Now they're in some trouble. 3:29 left in our game, or at least in regulation, and the Lakers have built an 8-point lead. Perfect play is brought to you by Polaroid Spectra System. Hold the picture in your hand while the feeling is still in your heart.
Wow, it's just the way every coach designs a last-second play. James Worthy from long range, he bangs it in, and Tassi, you can freeze that one for your picture-perfect play.
A big night for Worthy. Atlanta, it's not desperate for them yet, but they're hurting, no doubt about it. 107.99, 3:25 left. Atlanta needs a hoop.
They come in with Carr in the middle, and he has the ability to score, and he quiets the foreign crowd. But what the Lakers are doing as a team, they're gang rebounding and pushing it up the floor.
Carr almost won, but he got that hoop. Not over yet, folks. 107-101 Los Angeles. They run a little clock here. Less than 3 minutes. Worthy. Boy, he has been super. James has 27. If they're going to shoot layups, Atlanta's in trouble.
Again, now the Lakers are going to try to show some pressure and force the ball the other way. They only keep it out of the hands of Dominique Wilkins. Willis inside.
Willis has 23. 2:38 left. 109-103. The Lakers want to milk a little clock and then get a good shot.
The last time they had Worthy in an isolated situation, and that's a bad feeling for anybody who has to guard him with that kind of quickness.
6 on the shot clock. Cooper for 3. Yes. Oh, he has killed him. That's his third three-point basket. Those are his only points in the game. He's 4 for 5 on three-pointers. It's a 9-point game. Atlanta's got to go in a hurry now. Carr. In and out. Tough break. He gets it back. Cooper steals. Magic, oh, what a pass. That might be the one that turns the lights out here. Atlanta calls timeout. Worthy has 29. Magic got him the ball beautifully. 1:52 remaining. It's 114-103. What a pass and an easy layup for Worthy.
Magic Johnson has the ability to see all over, and oftentimes he sees what you don't see. As we take a look at his eyes, another no-look pass, but there's his favorite target on the break, James Worthy, for 2 more.
Atlanta's got to go in a hurry here. They're down 9. They'll go for 3, and Rivers doesn't get any, but Carr the rebound. He goes for 2. That's good. Taking nothing away from Magic, but Michael Cooper, the big three-point basket, then the steal from Carr that set up that layup.
Doc Rivers trying to make a steal foul from the back court. That is his 4th personal foul, 15.
So the bonus for Los Angeles. Typical night for Magic. He was in foul trouble and missed about 13 minutes in the second half.
Missed a huge amount of time, but again, the Lakers have the ability as a team to play from behind and to play under adversity, and they've done it well tonight, and Cooper's come in and done an excellent job of filling in for Magic Johnson.
He makes 1 of the 2. He has 10. 115-105 with 90 seconds. Whitman building. Atlanta has to have a steal now. They have to have a couple of them. Worthy against Carr. Can they get it across in 10? They can.
The thing that you want to do against pressure is really attack the basket and get the cheap hoop. They throw that one away. Riley upset.
115-107. Rivers wants a three-point play, doesn't get any. Who's going to get the rebound? See if he's all right as he went crashing into the seats across the way. Doc Rivers.
Rivers trying to do everything himself, made a sensational drive, couldn't finish, and tried to make a steal. Didn't make that play either.
An 8-point Los Angeles lead, and they spread it out and run clock for real now. 1 minute remaining. Again, they throw it away. Here's Rivers again. Whitman wants a three-point play. He doesn't get in. But Atlanta still controls the ball. The time is an enemy now. 51 seconds left. 115-107.
If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, you have to be concerned about the Hawks in big games and not really being able to continue to come up with the big plays. They had the Celtics down. They let that one get away. They fought back in this one, and the Lakers have come back to dominate the fourth period.
35 seconds. Well, you see the time remaining, and the Lakers content to run the clock. 5 on the shot clock.
Well, they haven't gotten it away the last 3 times. They're against the shot clock here.
They've got a new 24.
They shouldn't have gotten it.
No, I don't think they should have either, but they did. And so Los Angeles can run it right out now. Only 15 seconds left, and the Lakers are going to be 32-8 on the year. Kareem tries to put a little icing on the cake. Byron Scott does. 2 seconds left. 117-107 Los Angeles. And it's over. The Hawks had a chance. They took a third-quarter lead, but the Lakers battled back to win it by 10. Craig Sager coming up next. We'll be back.
NBA All-Star game next Sunday, and tonight in our doubleheader we saw 9 of the NBA All-Stars. The biggest crowd in NBA history on hand for the opener. The Detroit Pistons at home against the Boston Celtics. Nearly 62,000 on hand at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Vinnie Johnson came off the bench, put in 19 points as the Pistons defeat the Boston Celtics for the 7th straight time in Detroit, 125-108. Michael Jordan stole the show, literally, had 10 steals. That's a Chicago Stadium record. Here's what you'll see in the slam dunk contest next week. He is the defending champion, 32 points, 10 steals, a great night for Michael Jordan. But here's some great highlights for you. Watch this. A free throw, that's not what we want to show you. We want to show you the shot coming up here as the buzzer sounds. Eddie Johnson, the rainbow shot, right through the center of the basket. Phoenix up 66-58. Phoenix playing very well. James Edwards, the no-look shot. Doesn't even look. It's up, and that goes in. And James Edwards having a great night. Scored a short time later on a tough shot here from the baseline. And Phoenix is leading Portland. Portland at home, where they have had 464 consecutive sellouts, but they are trailing in the fourth quarter by 3. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, the 76ers without injured Charles Barkley, Cliff Robinson, Ben Coleman defeated Indiana by 5. Rolando Blackman returned to the lineup. He had 8 points, but Mark Aguirre was the leading scorer for Dallas. He had 29. Benoit Benjamin, a great night. He had 10 block shots. But Milwaukee wins at 97-88. And just starting the fourth quarter, Utah on top of Golden State. We hope you enjoyed our super doubleheader here on the Superstation. We're going to go back to the Forum where we have Skip Carey and Steve Jones as the Lakers have defeated the Atlanta Hawks. Skip?
Okay, Craig, you can take the rest of the night off. Good job. 117-107. The Lakers beat the Hawks. Tonight's Miller Lite Player of the game, selected by the inimitable Steve Jones, is James Worthy, who scored 29 points, had 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. On behalf of Miller Lite, Turner Broadcasting proud to donate $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in his name. Lakers win it by 10. Worthy, remember, came in with a bad knee. Thought yesterday that he wouldn't be able to play in the All-Star game. Now says he will, and certainly played like an All-Star tonight. Our next